How's it going, folks? Recently, a bill was introduced into Congress to remove suppressors from the NFA. Now, I don't think the bill has a chance in the world of passing, at least not with the current makeup of Congress and the current administration. In fact, I can tell you the certainty of that is zero. It is a 0% chance of passing right now. Now, that being said, there are still gun controllers who are coming out to scream that that bill was even introduced. You'll have some that say, well, no one needs a silencer, or no civilian needs a silencer, or something of that nature. Well, when it comes down to no one needs X item, well, quite frankly, that is an admission that you know you have lost on the merits of your case, and now you're resorting to saying, but you don't really need it. So why should you have it? That's what it boils down to. And quite frankly, when it comes down to that, the burden of proof is not on the person who wants to exercise their freedom to prove that they need to exercise their freedom. The burden of proof is on the side of the people who want to remove that freedom, who want to impose on others to prove that their plan is just, it's effective at saving lives that they promised, and that indeed the benefits do outweigh the cost. And the gun controllers have not done that. And in any sort of analysis in that type of method, and even the courts, the gun controllers have always gotten a pass. They get to make sweeping statements that they never have to prove. Gun controllers right now could not prove that the restrictions on suppressors are actually saving any lives. Just period. And I can tell you right now, they're not saving lives or stopping crimes. These things are not hard to make. Um, they're actually not hard to improvise either. So why is it we're not seeing a lot of homemade or improvised suppressors being used in any homicides, if any at all? And the fact of the matter is that criminals just aren't using them. You know, that's just it. Criminals just use handguns for the most part when they're using a firearm. You know, um, these sound suppressors don't actually do what the movies or video games claim them to do. They don't make the firearm silent, even with a suppressor. It's still pretty loud. You can still hear it. It still sounds like a gunshot. There are, however, plenty of applications that any basic citizen would have that are lawful. Home defense is a great example. And in fact, one gun controller today came out and said, well, if it's about their hearing, why not just put hearing protection on or earplugs in? Something of that nature. They said that on Twitter. Anyway, so easy response to that. Suppressor stays on the gun. Suppressor stays on the firearm. It's just easier to grab the firearm with the suppressor on than it is to grab the firearm, put the hearing protection on, or put the earplugs in. And, if you got anybody else that's living in your home, hey guys, hurry up, get your hearing protection on. I'm going to shoot this gun at this home invader. And by the way, yes, firearms are very loud. And I don't think a lot of gun controllers truly understand that. And by the way, this is why whenever somebody sits there and says, well, I'm in favor of the Second Amendment, but, nobody needs a suppressor or a silencer, this is why other people in the E2A community say, yeah, are you really a gun owner or are you just lying about it? Just because you act like, you've never fired a firearm before. The fact of the matter is that, well, these things are very loud. The movies and video games do not do justice in portraying just how loud a firearm is when you shoot it. And a suppressor does dampen that noise. Think of it as comparison actually to this is look at cars with mufflers. Sure, you still hear the car even with the muffler on. Take the muffler off though. Yeah. So yeah, the car still makes a sound with the muffler on, and firearm still makes a sound with the sound suppressor on. It is basically like that. In fact, the sound suppressor for a firearm is the identical concept to a muffler for a vehicle. They both trap the hot expanding gases and let them cool a little bit before they expand. That's what reduces the noise. Now, that being said, let's talk a little bit about the NFA suppressors. Again, the FDR administration and his Congress were looking to put as many restrictions on firearms and restrict as many things as they could get away with and not commit political suicide. This is why SBRs are on the list. This is why suppressors are on the list. This is why handguns are not. Even though handguns were seriously discussed by the FDR administration and certain Congress creatures, to be put as NFA items. The reason why they didn't is they knew it was political suicide. Too many people already owned handguns at the time. They got away with the other stuff because there just simply wasn't enough people who own these things to make a difference in the voting, or at least not enough to unseat the specific Congress creatures that voted in favor of the NFA. So, yeah, the NFA is stupid and it should have never been passed. But again, the fact that, they can't even say, you know what, guys, we got some gun control laws. We're trying to push for other gun control laws. Let's just let them have their suppressors. Let's just remove suppressors from the NFA list. They just can't do that. And again, that is evidence that they don't really care about saving lives. They're not trying to have reasonable gun laws. They're just trying to take whatever they can get away with taking. Well, y'all have the comment section below. I'm going to wrap this up here. Y'all take her easy out there and have a great day.